When we talk about AI, we usually jump straight to the incredible things it can do. But what about the very first step? In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on what an AI actually eats to get so smart. So let's dive right in.
Seriously, think about it like this. You wouldn't expect a Michelin star chef to make a gourmet meal with garbage, right? Well, it's the exact same idea for AI. It can't become this brilliant, world-changing technology without some seriously high-quality fuel. So what is that fuel, and how does it get from our messy world into the brain of a machine?
All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to pinpoint AI's #1 most essential ingredient. Then, we'll walk through step 1, how we actually feed the AI. After that, we'll meet the cleanup crew that gets all that food ready. And finally, we'll wrap up by looking at why this entire foundation is so important.
Okay, section 1, AI's essential ingredient. Let's get right to it, because everything, and I mean absolutely everything in artificial intelligence, starts with this one crucial thing. And that thing is data. Simple as that. Data is just the raw information we feed into an AI system. It's the fuel. Think of it like the uncooked veggies, the raw spices, the fresh produce our AI chef needs before it can even think about cooking. Without data, an AI is basically an empty kitchen.
And the menu of data an AI can digest is just huge. We're not just talking about boring spreadsheets here. We're talking about the text from your emails and social media posts, the photos on your phone, the voice commands you give your smart speaker, even things like security footage or the heart rate data from your watch. It's all on the table.
Okay, let's move on to section 2. So we know what the ingredients are, but how do they actually get into the system? This is where it gets interesting. This is step 1, feeding the AI.
So, the official term for this is data input. This is the first active part of the process, where the AI system takes in all that raw information to get to work on it. This is the moment the ingredients finally arrive in the kitchen, ready to go.
Let's make this super real with an example you've probably used a dozen times today already, unlocking your phone with your face.
It seems like magic, but what's really happening is super simple. Step 1, your face is the data input. It's just a picture. Step 2, the AI scans that picture for key landmarks. And step 3, it checks that data against what it already has stored for you. Boom, unlocked. A perfect everyday example of data input.
Okay, cool. That's images. But what about something else? What about your voice? Let's say you ask your smart assistant, "Hey, what's the weather today?"
Well, the very first thing that happens is your voice, that's raw audio data, gets translated into text. That text then becomes the input for the AI. The AI reads it, figures out what you're asking, and then spits back the answer. The real input there isn't your voice itself, it's the text it becomes.
Now let's scale this up, way up. Let's talk about a system that has to take in a mind-boggling amount of data every single second just to navigate the real world.
This is data input on a whole other level, right? It's not just one picture or one question, it's a constant, non-stop flood of information from cameras, from radar, from all these different sensors. The AI has to process all of that in real time to make critical decisions about what to do next.
So the AI has its ingredients, but a great chef knows you don't just dump everything from the grocery bag into the pan. You gotta wash the lettuce, peel the carrots, chop the onions, you do the prep work. In AI, that prep work is handled by the cleanup crew. Welcome to section 3.
This essential prep work is called preprocessing. It is all about cleaning, formatting, and standardizing that messy, raw data. The whole point is to make it super clean and consistent so the AI model can actually make sense of it.
And our source material says it perfectly. This whole process is, and I quote, crucial for accurate results. And that word is key. It's not just helpful, it's not a nice to have, it is crucial. Without this step, the whole recipe is a disaster.
I mean, just look at this example with image data. Before pre-processing, it's a total mess. You've got pictures of all different sizes, weird lighting, distracting stuff in the background. But after, everything is the same size, the lighting is balanced, the faces are aligned. Now, which one of those do you think an AI is going to learn from better? It's pretty obvious, right?
And it's even more dramatic with text. Look at this. We go from this chaotic, very human sentence. It's got slang, typos, punctuation all over the place, to this super clean, simple list of root words. This is what a machine can actually understand. It's literally translating from human speak to machine speak.
And this table here gives you a nice little cheat sheet. You can see that every type of data has its own special cleaning routine. For images, you're doing things like resizing and noise reduction. For text, it's breaking words apart and getting rid of common filler words. For numbers, you're filling in gaps or spotting weird outliers. The methods are different, but the goal is always the same. Perfectly clean, consistent data.
So we've gathered our ingredients. We've meticulously prepped them. Let's head into our final section and talk about why all this hard work is so incredibly important. This is where we see the payoff.
There's this old saying in computer science that has never been more true than it is for AI. Garbage in, garbage out. It means an AI model can only ever be as good as the data you train it on. If you feed it bad, messy, or incomplete data, you are going to get bad, messy, and incomplete results. It's that simple.
So all that careful prep work we just talked about, that's what sets the AI up for success. It ensures accuracy. It stops the model from getting confused by junk data. It helps us avoid weird, distorted results. And at the end of the day, it's what lets the AI actually learn the patterns it's supposed to learn.
And that brings us to a huge, final question I want to leave you with. We've established that an AI is literally built from the data we feed it. So, if the data we've carefully selected and cleaned already has its own biases, its own blind spots from the real world, what does the AI learn then? Something to think about. Thanks for joining us.